What if I told you that your most valuable teacher isn't in a classroom or in a book or even on a podcast? Your most valuable teacher has been with you every single day of your life. It's your own experience. But there's a catch. Experience alone doesn't create wisdom. I know people who have had the same experience year after year, never really growing from it. The magic isn't in the experience itself, it's in the pause afterwards. It's in the act of turning around and asking, what just happened and what can I learn from it? That pause, that question is the master skill of a truly intentional life. Hello and welcome back to the Student of Life podcast. I'm your host, Olivia Vasilev. This is the show where we deconstruct the tools and ideas that can make life work a little better. Over this season, we've built a powerful internal toolkit, but today, in our season final, we're covering the skill that makes all others stick. We're talking about the art of turning your everyday life into your most personal, most effective curriculum. We're talking about the master skill of reflection. So, why is reflection so powerful? It's not just navel-gazing, it's an active neurological process that fundamentally rewires your brain for wisdom. First, let's talk about the learning loop. Fighter pilots and top performers use a concept called the OODA loop. That stands for observe, orient, decide, and act. Most of us live in the observe and act cycle. Something happens, we react. We're constantly doing, but we're not learning. Reflection is that crucial middle step, orient. It's the process of stopping to make sense of what you've observed before you decide what to do next. It's the difference between being a pinball bouncing reactively throughout life and being a chess player thinking strategically about your next move. This works because of neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to change and adapt. When you have an experience, neural pathways fire. And when you later recall that experience and consciously analyze it, when you reflect, you're not just playing back a tape. You're actively reconsolidating that memory. You are strengthening the neural connections for the insight you gained. You are quite literally wiring your brain to be wiser, to spot patterns faster, and to make better decisions in the future. You are building a brain that learns from itself. Without reflection, we are on autopilot, doomed to repeat the same patterns and make the same mistakes. Reflection is the switch that gives you manual control over your own life. Knowing why to reflect is one thing. Knowing how to do it in a way that doesn't feel like a chore is another. I want to give you a simple, free-tiered system that you can adapt to your life. You don't need to do all three at once, just start with one. The first tier is the daily debrief. This is a 5-minute evening ritual. It consists of 2 simple questions. The first question is, what is one thing that went well today and why? This forces you to not just notice a success, but to identify the cause behind it. Did you finish a task because you turned your phone off? Did you have a good conversation because you listened more? This reinforces positive behaviors. The second question is, what is one piece of feedback the world gave me today? This is a powerful reframe. Instead of seeing a problem as a failure, you see it as neutral data. For example, the feedback is that I get distracted when I work from the couch. Or the feedback is that I feel drained after 2 hours of back-to-back meetings. This removes the emotional sting and turns challenges into valuable information. Doing this for just 5 minutes trains your brain to scan for learning and positivity, actively countering its natural negativity bias. The second tier is the weekly synthesis. This is a 30-minute power hour, maybe on a Sunday evening. Here, you look for patterns across your entire week. You do a quick audit. You look at your energy levels, like we talked about in episode 2. Ask what activities drained me this week, what truly fueled me. You look at your focus, connecting to episodes 3 and 5, and ask, when was I in a state of deep focus? What distractions consistently pulled me away? And then you use a simple but incredibly powerful framework called stop, start, continue. Based on your audit, you make 3 clear decisions. What is one thing I will stop doing because it's draining my energy or isn't aligned with my goals? What is one small thing I will start trying as an experiment next week to improve something? And what is one thing that is working well that I will continue and protect? This weekly ritual transforms a jumble of days into a strategic plan for the week ahead. The third tier is the seasonal review. Every 3 to 4 months, take a broader look. Pull out the goals you set way back in episode 1. Ask yourselves, what were my biggest lessons this season? What do I know now about myself that I didn't know 90 days ago? And most importantly, is the path I'm on still the right one? Or do my goals need to be adjusted based on what I've learned? This prevents what's called path dependency, the tendency to keep going in a direction just because you've already started. It ensures your life remains aligned with who you are becoming and not who you were. Now, the best system in the world is useless if you don't use it. So let's make this practical. Your reflection tool can be a beautiful notebook that serves as a physical extension of your brain or a simple notes app on your phone. The key is to have one dedicated place. The easiest way to build this habit is through habit stacking. Attach your reflection time to an already existing routine. For example, after I pour my evening tea, I will do my 5-minute daily debrief. Or after my Sunday morning coffee, I will do my weekly synthesis. And please embrace imperfection. A 2-minute reflection is infinitely more valuable than a perfect 30-minute session that never happens. The goal is consistency, not perfection. As we bring this season to a close, I want you to see how all these pieces form a single powerful toolkit. It's not 7 random ideas, it's a cycle of growth. It starts with a blueprint, the goals and values we dug up from our own past in episode 1. To build that blueprint, we need energy, the cellular fuel we mastered in episode 2. To channel that energy effectively, we need focus, the organized mind we built in episode 3. And to sustain that focus, we need restoration, the deep cleansing sleep we prioritized in episode 4. When we understand that our mind has a unique operating system, as we explored in episode 5, we can customize all these tools to work with our own wiring, not against it. This self-knowledge gives us the courage to face the fear of failure from episode 6 because we understand it's just a biological ghost, not the truth. And now, with this final tool of reflection, you have the master skill to tie it all together. You can look at your week, your energy, your focus, your struggles, and your wins, and you can ask, how do all these pieces connect? What is my life trying to teach me? Reflection is the thread that turns a series of events into a coherent story of growth. It is the meta skill that allows you to become the author of your own life. This is how you ensure that the lessons from this podcast and from your own life are not just heard, but lived. Thank you for being a student of life with me this season. We've mastered the inner world. Now it's time to build the outer one. I can't wait to show you how. This is Olivia Vasilev signing off for now. And remember, never stop learning.